but it's just louder than yours because I ordered 2 of yours off Vinted. This one I already been using, but I ordered them off Vinted, and this one was pretty normal price. The other one was an absolute steal, and so then, it's fake. So that's why. So I'm dealing with them to get my money back, and then I'm gonna get one of them. Okay, proper intro.
Okay, yeah. Are you ready?
I guess so.
Are you
the
excited?
normal thing? Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Movies That Intimidate Me.
Once again, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We've had a little conversation behind the scenes, and we're going to shake things up. So I feel like we should maybe start with a little bit of admin. For anyone who's new, by the way, I'm Dan. This is George. We come on here and we watch a film that we've been putting off watching for years because for one reason or another, it intimidates us. And today we're going to be talking about the 1983 Austrian horror cult classic, Angst.
Yep.
We're also, as promised last time, we're going to discuss Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah.
And because it's been so long, we're also going to discuss the Odyssey.
Yes, because that probably would have been the next one.
Yeah, and I feel like we can't talk about the Odyssey.
No.
So behind the scenes, obviously, we talked about it last time. George has moved up to Glasgow now.
Yeah.
So it's much more of an effort for us to get together and film together. So rather than aiming to do this bi-weekly, we're going to aim to do 1 episode a month, but kind of put more effort in.
Yeah.
So this time we've got quite a bit to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about the ideas for our next episode right now, because we were saying following watching Evil Dead Burn, you've been watching all the Evil Dead films, that we were thinking about adding in a section next month where we go through the entire Evil Dead franchise, which I think could be really fun.
Yeah. Well, it's Dan's favourite horror film.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen them, and we were going to watch Evil Dead Burn, the new one, and so I had to go and watch the
Evil
full
Dead,
old trilogy.
and then Evil Dead 2, and then
Army
of Darkness. And I've never seen the 2013 remake.
No.
I kind of don't want to, but I think it could be fun for the pod.
Yeah.
And then, you've got the two newer films as well.
Yeah, and I think we should, because we normally start with the new film and then talk about the film. So I guess we should start with talking about Evil Dead 1982 or whatever
1981, or is it 1 or 3? I think it's 3. Or no, I think it's 1.
Meet in the middle too.
Meet in the middle. It's definitely not 2. It's definitely an odd number.
But last night we went to see Roger Deakins in Conversation.
You know what we should do first?
Yeah.
This has been so long. Do a little recap.
Yeah.
You've been settling in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Anything funky been happening there?
No, just increasingly not enjoying my job.
Nice.
And then, so I'm going to hand in my notice this week. So I'm going to say I'm pursuing the podcast. So,
it's actually what you're going to say.
No. So I can't work here anymore.
Our fan needs us. Our singular fan. You at home.
Which is probably you.
Yeah.
Would you rewatch it?
Yeah, I love a little re-listen to these. Except when they're bad, I don't. There's some bits I listen back to and I think, what were you thinking?
I know, right?
Not you, me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, you're always on top form.
You're always on top form.
Oh.
Yeah. No, has anything funky been going on? Probably. But it's been so long, it all just blends into...
I mean, I've been to a podcast festival.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to learn the ways of the professionals.
Yeah.
I just got pissed in Sheffield for like 4 days and watched a bunch of comedy shows. I went to a random one about true crime that wasn't very fun.
Have we not done an episode since then?
No, I spoke to you about it on the phone, mate. The last episode was Disclosure Day.
Right, yeah. Wow.
And that was pre...
Yeah, in my head, we only ever
festival.
talk when we're doing this.
Yeah. So, I went to that. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a lot of comedy shows. I got really drunk. Met some of my favourite podcasters, which I think is always interesting. Screen Rap Podcast, one of my favourite ones. Something that I think when we were developing this, I really had in my mind structurally as something that I kind of wanted to take inspiration from. Went to their show and got chatting to the 2 lads, Jake and Jacob, afterwards. And I was buying a t-shirt from them, so I was chatting to them for a bit. And I was like, yeah, can I get that T-shirt, the double XL? And tapped my card, and my card declined 3 times after having like a nice 5-10 minute conversation with them. And the first time I didn't realise, and I walked away.
No.
And Jacob Hawley had to call me back and go, mate, your card hasn't gone through. And my mate who I was with had to buy the T-shirt for me.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Which I feel like, especially when I get more drunk as well, my accent gets stronger.
Yeah.
So I feel like, especially with this accent...
Oh, you fit right in with the...
Yeah, with the stereotype of I tried to nick a T-shirt from them.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I mean, you were doing the long game, doing a conversation with them and everything. Catch their trust. Go, oh, what's that over there? While they don't see that. Oh, my God.
So that was rough.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I got chatting to Jack, mate, afterwards. That was fun, because we're both big fans of his podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've been to an actual festival as well, which I got back from on Monday, and today is Wednesday, so my voice is a bit croaky.
Yeah.
Just from all the boozing and singing and dust. Very dusty. I went to Kendall Calling. Nice. Saw some great bands. I saw Libertines, Primal Scream, Wolf Alice, Biffy Clyro, Two-Door Cinema Club.
Best. What was your highlight?
Oh, Wolf Alice were pretty great. I think I'm going to go Wolf Alice.
Nice.
I can tell you who the worst was. The Kooks.
Oh, yeah.
Which is awful. I left before they even played Naive.
Do you like the Kooks?
I used to. And I saw them at like an O2 Academy gig when I was like 19.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. But I don't know, I think they were a headline slot.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a headline band.
Yeah.
They had videos of like the lead singer in sports cars with like women in bikinis around him on the screen behind him while he's performing.
What?
Like
Ironically?
acoustic no, deadly seriously. Like he seems like he loves himself.
What? But that's like so. That doesn't. That
I
doesn't
saw
line
Sister
up with the
Sisters as
Kooks.
well.
Oh,
They were one of the best.
It wasn't until I didn't realise that Sister Sisters was 2 men until like
I don't think
year
you're the only
ago.
ones.
yeah. But that was a fun revelation.
He came out in a giant Stetson and sparkly dungarees.
Nice. Yeah, that's
great.
That's cool.
Yeah, one of the backing singers flashed and said "scissor titties."
Oh, it was up there.
And then they had to cut the footage to the screens because it's like a family festival and there's loads of kids there. yeah, they're good.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, I just had a wonderful time.
Cool.
And I'm struggling a bit, so I'm on my 3rd coffee today.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really trying to keep the energy up.
Yeah.
Before I crash when we go through the second film, like I normally do.
Yeah. Well, we can't normally take a break, but we've got 2 hours before I have to leave and get a train back. So
yeah,
it's probably the one we've got the most to talk about with the least time.
Yeah. Well,
so maybe that'll help us streamline it.
Because you're saying talk about Evil Dead first. I'm thinking next episode we're doing like an Evil Dead special.
Okay. Yeah.
We can have a little discussion because we're going to talk about Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah.
I think the context of my opinions around Evil Dead Burn
exactly, yeah.
really rest on my thoughts on the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So,
well, because the thing, I guess now I'll I'll reveal to you what my thoughts are on Evil Dead, and then like next time we could do a bit more.
Yeah, we can go in depth. We can break it down.
But before we do that, I'm just going to double check that all the sound is all working because of the new mics.
Back in the room, baby.
Sounds good to me. They sound a bit different, but next time we'll have matched mics, and then one day we'll all be set with all the actual proper equipment.
Beautiful. We'll in a studio. We'll fill it full of beautiful.
Yeah. Do a live. Should we do a live show?
Like straight down. Because we need to cut stuff out sometimes. I can get carried away. Do you want to talk about what we were up to last night then?
Oh yeah, last night I came down and we went to see Roger Deakins is releasing a book, and
it's there.
And yeah, you did a signing, and
I didn't buy a
did
book.
A Q&A.
Because it was £40.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll just pay £10 for the Q&A.
Yeah. And then they showed the Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, it was it was horrible. And because they were not their choice. There was just so many people. They were kind of rushing them along to like get them signed.
Yeah,
and it was just that someone came up to us in the queue and they said, look, they're not being rude. It was him and his wife James there, and they were. They were like, they're not being rude, not to talk to you, by the way. They just have to rush because there's so many people if you want to start on time. And it was just like, no, okay. Oh, God, I was not prepared for how awkward it was gonna be. It was just
Yeah.
horrible. I went up there and just hi, like that. They
I
opened the
gave a
book,
little nod and went, "You're right." Did not say anything back.
gave them the page to sign. They said, it's a different one. Oh, it's the next one. And then I looked and it was already signed. And then they just wrote my name, and I went, "Thank you. Oh, see, yeah, cheers."
And then that was it. And then the Q&A. I don't know what mics they were using. They weren't as good as these.
It was the speakers. I think I think downstairs it would have been fine because all the speakers were there, but they were
sat in the
ones
balcony.
upstairs and they were not on. Those speakers were not on. So it was like this, trying to hear what they were saying.
And I don't think what he was saying when I could hear it was that interesting.
Yeah, I know. I think the interviewer was asking very surface level questions that questions like the answers to which I could find anywhere if I looked it up. I wanted to more of a story, like.
But also, I feel like if you're the person being interviewed, you can definitely take any question and turn a story.
Yeah,
out
you
of it.
can.
Like, he was giving quite short, direct answers.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't do. Yeah, I mean, he even said it then, but he definitely doesn't really do interviews or talk like public stuff, does he? So probably seems out of his element.
Yeah,
but but his wife was way more.
Yeah, she was up for it.
Yeah. So anyway, no, it was interesting, but we got to watch Shawshank Redemption on the big screen.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Got my steelbook there. Got George's signed book next to it.
Because we were a bit worried, weren't we, that we haven't seen it since we
were teenagers,
and we were worried it was going to be dead, but it actually wasn't. It's really good. It's as good as people say, but I think it's not. I can really see why it's the best rated film on IMDb because it just.
I feel like nobody could watch it and not enjoy it, but then personal taste would dictate. There's other films that we prefer.
Yeah.
But I feel like the most people will agree that Shawshank's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and it is pretty. I mean, it is pretty perfect. Like it's tight, great script, really great editing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot how well shot it was. I think because I saw it at such a sort of young age, when I was starting to get into film, but I wasn't that focused on things. I think the lighting in Shawshank's incredible. I
saw some on the lighting today, and actually it was Roger Deak. It was an interview with him saying like he was talking to a cinematographer and he was talking about Shawshank Redemption. He's saying, yeah, well, it's easy if you use all natural light and that. And he's saying it wasn't natural light, but like although the shots in the prison, I think the canteen was a real prison and the outside bit was a prison, but all the the bits with their cells, that's all a set. And and that's all lit with loads of light, but it just looks like it's coming through the windows. Like it's almost like it's almost invisible. Like the cinematography is invisible. But I was looking at it because of Roger Deakins. But I think like normally it's really immersive and it's really good.
What a film!
Yeah, fantastic. And so there was a woman in front. I just want to tell this. There was a woman there was just a person in front. And they or she were on during the Q&A. She was just on her phone taking pictures the entire time, right?
Oh, really?
You were directly behind her, so I got the angle. But like, did you see her taking the pictures?
No, but did you see the guy during Shawshank who just kept Googling the movie and looking at like the Wikipedia for the film?
Right, well,
I think he was directly in front of you, so you might not have clocked him. I kept looking over and he was just on the Wikipedia for the film, and I was like, what are you doing, mate? Look up, it's there. You don't need to read a plot synopsis, it's happening in front of you.
Well, get this right. So she was there, she was like zooming in, and they were the grainiest ass images. It was the kind of she kept zooming in, right? And like Q&A was 45 minutes, right? This was 100% of the time during the Q&A, right? And like I kept getting lost in what she was doing and not listening to the answers. And she was zooming in so far, but it was also it was really grainy. But then also, when she took a picture, it was dark, so it wasn't fast. So then it was just blurry. And so then she went onto Instagram and did and uploaded like went to story, chose the photo from the camera roll, right? This was after like 20 minutes of taking a picture, like I promise. And then she was typing Roger Deakins, cinematographer of went onto Google, went onto Wikipedia, looked at his thing.
Choose the movie they're showing. They're literally showing his most famous film.
And she went on, right? She was looking at all of them, memorizing them all, and then went back on, typed on some of them. Then they started talking about the Coen brothers, and so she went, so then she went off, looked up Coen brothers films, found out which one, went back on, but Instagram had gone off. Instagram, I had to reload, so she had to start the whole process again. And I was just watching this because I couldn't hear what was going on. And I think she eventually uploaded it, but she spelled Coen Coen. Is that right?
Yeah.
That is actually right, isn't it? To be fair, I'll give it to her. She spelled Coen right.
She knows how to spell Coen.
So, but at first it did say corn. Said and many films from the Coen brothers. And that like I think she finished doing that like 5 minutes towards the end of the Q&A. So anyway, I'm not being nasty. I just thought it was funny.
It's really funny
because we were at a Roger Deakins event.
And
where his work is.
He said he advises
Yeah.
young cinematographers to embrace AI. So on that incredible note, Evil Dead Rise. Yeah. So, should we do a little debrief on the Evil Dead trilogy first?
Yeah.
I think I've said before in this podcast, probably my favourite trilogy of all time. First Evil Dead. After a recent rewatch, I put it in my top 4 on Letterboxd. I think it's my favourite horror film ever made. I just think aesthetically it's incredible. I think it's so scary, also funny at times. Also, the story about the making of it is just so incredible. And I love it. I've seen it multiple times, and I love it. I love the trilogy. So, George, what did you think of Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness?
Mind blowing.
It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely mind blowing. And I really had no idea. Like, I just did not know anything about this. Like about this film. It was not what I was expecting. I thought it. I don't know what I thought, but I mean, it's not that like the first film, the poster for it or the image, the artwork for it, like doesn't really represent what then comes to pass in the film. I don't think. Like I thought it was going to be what the old zombie films,
Night of the Living
Dead.
Dead.
Living Dead, like more in line with that. But then I mean, it's obviously not zombies, really, is it?
No,
yeah,
it's
just
the Deadites.
Yeah, so it's that first moment because it was really it was the first like 10 minutes are really similar to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay,
which I love, and I was
Texas
and so
Chainsaw.
I was thinking it like they're driving up to the cabin. That's basically the start of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing! Like it just looks so good,
isn't it? It's the best.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be more like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then it just goes. It is mental. It's insane, and it just blew my mind. I
think the escalation, the way everything just builds, and the stakes are constantly rising.
Yeah,
and I think this is true throughout the sort of whole trilogy. You don't know how it can get any bigger, and every scene it does.
And it does, and like because is it the first time I realised, oh, this is mental. Is it the first thing that like kind of mental thing that happens where the
pen in the
blood
leg?
Does blood spray?
Yeah.
Yeah, that because so throughout like from that moment to the end of the film, I was literally sat there like this.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, amazing, and we'll go more in depth on it another time, I suppose. But incredible. Then I watched
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2, but so I watched Evil Dead 2 maybe like a week later.
It's a bit of a shell shock, total shift at first, isn't it?
Yeah, much more comedic elements. The slapstick gets dialed up. Yeah, I loved it. It's amazing. I mean, because the first one was shot on $350,000 $100,000, I think. Wasn't
So
it?
the story behind it
Yeah.
is
I need you to tell me about that as well.
and Sam Raimi were best mates in uni from I think the same town, and they really wanted to make this horror film. So they made, I think, like a 20-minute mock-up version on Super 8 cameras and took it round their hometown to every local business and asked for them to put finance.
Which is
towards
called?
it.
I can't think what it's called. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah.
But they went to all local
it.
businesses and asked for finance for the film, and then through doing this, they managed to get funding and basically went into the woods with their mates and just did it all ad hoc.
Yeah.
And they did all the effects themselves. They just took the cameras there. They actually smashed up this cabin. It's basically a movie of just Sam Raimi torturing Bruce Campbell and seeing how far he can push himself.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's insane. And then the film, The Evil Dead 2 is it a couple million or is it 11 million? Is that
I
is that Army of Darkness?
Remember.
So I think it might be like. Oh no, I think it's like 3 million. I think it's like 3 point something million because it's like 10 times the amount. And then Army of Darkness is 11 million or something like that. Yeah, Evil Dead 2. Just, I mean, I love the changes in style and in tone and. Yeah, I mean, again, I thought okay, and I want to ask you as well because I didn't look too in depth into it, but what the hell is that opening sequence where it recaps the film, but it's
different.
It's not that.
I think they were just shits
actually,
and gigs.
because by the sounds of it, he lost the rights to the film.
Oh, really?
I think I thought you would know more about it, which is
no. I think when I first saw the film when I was 18, I did. And I'll do more research before our Evil Dead special.
Well, it sounds like he wasn't very industry savvy, and so lost the rights to the film before making the second one, and so couldn't, and so recapped it without like actually telling any of the story. I was like, what did that happen? I don't think that's how it ended. I was so confused. And then we get to Army of Darkness.
Just the sickest thing ever.
It's my favourite.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh. It is my favourite. Because, I mean, I was just like, yeah, because I saw the poster for Army of Darkness when I was looking for the third one, because I was like, what's the third one called? Oh, Army of Darkness, that's the third one. So I saw the poster before watching number 2, which I think I watched on the same day. I think I watched 2 and Army of Darkness on the same day.
What a double bill.
Yeah, and yeah, so in the second one where they show the prophecy, and I was like, that's the poster for Army of Darkness, and I was like, wait, it's him, it's gonna be him, and I was like buzzing. I wasn't bothered about like it being a spoiler. I was like, that's sick, it's gonna be him, and then the end happens in Army of Darkness, in Evil Dead 2, and then they go to Army of Darkness and they recap. They recap the end of Evil Dead 2 again, but it's not what happened. So I don't know what's going on, like multiverse shit going on there.
Can I ask quickly which ending of Army of Darkness you got? Because there's 2 endings. Did you have the ending in the supermarket?
Yeah.
Okay, there is an alternate ending. But I think just because we're a bit pressed for time, I think we should save all this for our Evil Dead chat. And also, I haven't seen Army of Darkness for a few years.
Yeah.
Where I've seen 1 and 2 again recently. Yeah. So I'll rewatch that and then we can get into the remake and these weird legacy sequels.
The answer is it's
the greatest trilogy ever made.
I was mind blown. I was not like
fuck Lord of the Rings, man.
It's just mental. Army of Darkness is just insane. I think it's the most insane film I've ever seen. And oh my god, in the pit, when he's in the pit and he lifts his arm up and the chainsaw lands on his arm. And but at the end of Evil Dead 2 as well, when he starts like saying like chew on this or something like that before like shooting someone.
When the book falls over and it's after he cuts his hand off and it's a farewell to arms. Oh my god, that's incredible. And I also love it when the original owner of the cabin's daughter shows up and she plays the tape.
Yeah.
And he's like, my wife was corrupted. I buried her in the basement. And then she pops out in the basement. Incredible.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know when he starts like falling in love with the woman in Army of Darkness. This is 2 nights after he had to his girlfriend got possessed and he had to like dismember her and bury her. This is like 48 hours later and he's like, I love you to this random girl like 400 years earlier. No, more than that.
Oh man, it's the best.
So yeah, I can't wait to talk more about that. That's when I was watching this, I was like, we can't just talk about this for half an hour. This needs deep diving in. I loved it. So thank you for making me watch it because it was
they're the best. I keep saying it.
Just the most, like the experience of watching it. It's just like I spent the whole time, just every second mind blown, and the blood. When it just sprays and it's like, and then it keeps going. It just doesn't stop. Oh yeah, it's amazing. So that's my thoughts. I can't wait to talk more about it.
Amazing.
Check that out. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe for that.
Talk about our first new release of this episode then.
Yeah.
Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I think this is the worst film I've ever seen. Maybe not the worst, but I don't think I've ever disliked a film more than this. It made me so angry. If we weren't doing this on the podcast, I genuinely would have walked out the cinema.
Yeah.
What an absolute, atrocious, joyless, incompetent piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I've got so many thoughts about it, and I don't have a single positive thing to say about this. Actually, no. There's one shot in the spoilers. There's one shot in the last 10 minutes when the house is on fire. And she's walking away from the house, and the background's red.
Yeah,
she's a silhouette.
So incredible
That's the only
shot.
positive thing I can say about this absolute dumpster fire of a film. How the fuck this got really good reviews?
Yeah,
it's got like over 80%. People are saying
spoilers. I agree.
It's one of it's. Did you hate it as much as I did?
Yeah, it's. I mean, for me, it was just exhausting. Like, I mean. Not only is it extremely awful to look at, it's so ugly, and I can do
editing. Oh my god, editing.
So what I was going to say is that I think that there are like 4 shots in this film that I think are really cool and really good. One of them is that one. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of like movements. I think there's when they go to the ceiling and then turn around. I think there's some cool shots. And when I was saying to Kate, I was saying. She said, how was the film? And I was like, there were some really good shots in it. And I said, emphasis on some. I think maybe 4. And then over that, I really like Saw.
Okay.
And I can do gore. The thing with this is that it's just relentless and exhausting. And there's no, it's
uncreative. It feels like a teenager sat down.
So uncreative.
And gone, how extreme can we make this? We'll make him fall on knives. We'll have someone's face get bashed in.
Yeah.
We'll have someone's face get cut up with a like buzzsaw. We have all these crazy things. But at no point in any of this film is there an element of joy with the gore, an element of creativity where the original Evil Dead films are gory. They're like so much creativity.
They're the most creative films I've ever seen. Yeah,
and there's no weight to the gore. It's all CG. The sequence where the dad, I feel like we haven't even recapped what the film's about. But
there's too much plot for one. Also it's half an hour too. Like the evil, or each Evil Dead is 85 minutes, something like that. This is 2 hours. An hour 50, I think.
It's the longest Evil Dead film,
and it's
by far the worst.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen the 2013 remake, which apparently is tonally quite similar to this. I saw Evil Dead Rise, and I hated that. But I can think of like a couple of decent things. 1 second. No, sausage roll was
nice.
Returning then. Vegan sausage roll. What was I saying? Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise, there's moments in that I can kind of look at and go, there's creativity in that. There's someone making an effort there. I didn't like the tone of it. I didn't like how kind of clean it was. But it's just absolutely dire.
Yeah. And I I mean, it's why is it an Evil Dead? Do they? Is it contractually, like, do you think in order to get this script passed,
So
it was like generic horror film, and then they go, we'll give you the money if we make it Evil Dead?
what I think from watching interviews from when Evil Dead Rise came out is Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are trying to find young horror filmmakers that they like and allow them to do an Evil Dead anthology film, to try and give them a bigger budget to explore their style more, but under the Evil Dead banner. So
Right.
I haven't seen any other films from this director, and I don't really want to after seeing this. But
No,
I just found it felt like the director didn't understand what makes the Evil Dead good.
Yeah.
It's like they watched it at such a surface level of, oh, there's lots of gore in this. That's what makes these franchises good, and that's what makes them memorable. And it's you couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
There's no heart in this.
Yeah.
There's no joy. There's no creativity. The Evil Dead trilogy is such a colourful set of films. The whole film is just green.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything's shot in this in a medium close up. I never get a feel for any environment. All the environments look the same. They all look like a weird post-apocalyptic video game with moss growing over it. It's just...
Yeah. I mean, it's just grey.
Yeah.
Should
we get some structure? Because I feel like I'm just going to keep reciting my points because I'm really angry.
Okay.
So.
But it's just, I don't even want to talk about it. It's the
plot and the setup is really underdeveloped, I thought.
But it's also too developed for, like, I think, I don't know. I mean, because it's an Evil Dead film, and, like,
you don't need any setup.
It's not.
It doesn't need to be a commentary on domestic violence.
No.
It should just be silly gore.
And it takes, like, so long to get to it. You know what really made me, did make me wince at the thought of it happening in the funeral, where the noise in the background, and they got the construction going on. That I was like, oh, that's awkward. That was like the most reaction I got in the whole.
So the plot of the film is that
a
young woman has an abusive fiance who she works for. He dies in a road traffic accident, which is caused by the Deadites from the Evil Dead. Then at his funeral, he is resurrected and then haunts. Like, the Deadites start haunting the family.
Yeah,
that's the plot of this film, because there's some MacGuffin that they need to get.
Yeah.
For some reason,
a knife,
that kills them as well.
Yeah.
It's really underwhelming when they start killing them.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I found it so melodramatic and very cliche.
Yeah.
And very over the top and obvious, but not in a way that's just sort of chugging along to get you to the point it wants to get you at. You spend so much time with these characters in this funeral and this family, and there's so much time trying to develop them as characters, but they never become anything more than caricatures.
Yeah.
The dialogue feels incredibly surface level.
Yeah.
And
they're just they're all just
horrible.
They're just unlikable, and not I'm not given any reason to care. Not in a creative way.
Yeah, and not unlikable to the point where you're excited when they start getting killed, like in some horror films.
Yeah.
I just didn't care about anything.
No.
I just found it such a miserable experience. And not.
Yeah, that is the
so
word
miserable,
to describe it. It's
but
just
not miserable in a artistic sense, like a Manchester by the Sea.
Not that miserableness is the emotion that it evokes.
Yeah.
It's just
there's a lack of any positive emotion coming out of
yeah. It's just a lack of it. Like, there's, because also like the gore was so much. And it was constant, and it was, like, gross, but not once I didn't feel anything towards it.
No, I felt really desensitized towards it, and I think to just have excessive gore, I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. I feel like we're both quite desensitized to horror films in that way, and there needs to be some creativity behind it.
Which is what I love about Saw. Sorry.
where it's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's this person's head gets caved in, someone gets stabbed through the ear, someone takes a blade saw to the face, and there's just never any weight behind any of the actions. There's never. You almost need, I think, almost like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Rube Goldberg machine is?
No.
So these big contraptions, sort of like what Wallace and Gromit set up.
Yeah.
Where maybe a piece of string will burn.
Yeah.
And it'll cause a hammer to fall down, knock a ball, and the ball will fall into a pot which tips some scales. And there's 7 or 8 different little sections to it.
I love watching them shorts.
Yes. And I think what something like this in Extreme Gore needs to go for is almost like a Rube Goldberg machine of small things that lead into a big climax of a big gory moment. And there's none of that. There's no setup. There's no pace to it. It's just gore, gore. And there's no... Like, these films were funny.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 is hilarious.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 is amazing.
Yeah.
There's moments of almost Marvel-style bathos, breaking the tension type comedy with the senile grandma character.
Yeah.
That's never funny.
Yeah.
That no one in my cinema laughed at. It just felt completely devoid of anything original or creative or soulful. It felt very factory produced. And I think it's maybe the worst film I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was. You say miserable. For me, it was just exhausting.
Yeah.
I just felt like, and then it was we're going again. Oh, there's more. Oh, okay. Oh my God, there's more. Oh, I thought that there was a long take, which I thought looked blocked well, but it was just ugly. It's just ugly. And also, why do all the Deadites, why are they all humanoid through the whole thing? There's what they do with the visual effects in the original trilogy is some of the best visual effects I've ever seen. What they create and and even, I mean, I'm not expecting it to be where you can see that they've built it out of materials or whatever, you can see in films from that long ago. I'm not expecting that, but there's no character design. There's nothing exciting. There's nothing
they took
cool.
this really attractive actress and just put a few cuts on her face.
Yeah.
And it's no, they should be horrible. Their skin should be peeling off. Oh, God, I hate this movie.
Yeah, me too.
So
wasn't good.
I don't know how much more I can say about it. I'm going to be honest. I came out the cinema and I thought I'm going to have about 10 minutes of bullshit to say about this and be really angry and it's going to put me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
So first thing I did come out the cinema is I phoned you and said we have to talk about the Odyssey.
Okay, yeah.
because I can't do 40 minutes on this absolute atrocity.
Why? People are really loving it though.
Yeah, but I think I follow a lot of, I think since we started doing this, I follow, especially on Instagram, a lot of young film influencers to kind of get a sense of what people are putting out there, what people are saying, the different styles, maybe steal some ideas from them, that kind of stuff. And a lot of positive reviews I've seen from sort of people our age talking about it. I haven't seen the original.
Right. Because that was all I'm comparing it to. Because it's just why is it... I mean, let's say it's just called Burn.
It was just called Burn.
And it had nothing to do with... Because it could be. You just take out Book of the Dead and say... they just need to get the knife.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's not. It's the same problems all exist.
Also, I don't know if you saw this. So, Sam Raimi likes to have Bruce Campbell in all of his films. This isn't directed by Sam Raimi. It's directed by a French director.
He's produced it.
Yeah, it's directed by a French director whose name I can't remember. But when they're talking about the granddad who owned the house that they're in that's all decrepit, and you go into the attic and you see his stuff, I swear that for a split second you see a picture of the granddad and it's Bruce Campbell.
Right.
And I'm thinking, are they implying that this is Ash's family from the original trilogy? Because God, I fucking hope not.
Yeah.
God, I really hope not. Because there's another one coming out next year called Evil Dead Wrath. And we will be going to see it.
Is Bruce Campbell in the others?
No, he's not in Rise.
I thought I saw him on the cast for the others or something.
Maybe he cameos in Rise. I can't remember. But there's an end credit scene to this film as well that sets up that one of the Deadites from Evil Dead Rise is coming back.
Yeah. And when that came on,
it's just a conventionally attractive woman with a few cuts on her face.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make the Deadites hot. They're not hot. They're literally the spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
You should feel sick looking at them.
When the post-credit scene,
I didn't see it.
Of which there are two.
What's the first one?
The first one is the when it first came on, and obviously I was in Glasgow, and the person behind me went, they're still going, so and I was like, I feel that, because I already felt like that for the past like half an hour. So they're still going, because she kills them, and then there's like a whole other sequence where she's being chased by the boyfriend.
Yeah, and that final sequence felt like it was kind of going somewhere creative. With her getting put into a pothole that's filled with hot tar.
But then she just gets out.
And then they just don't do anything with it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the first post-credit sequence, the old grandma woman is crawling along the street. Like that. And then someone comes up, drives up and comes up and says, What's happened? And she says, I've got no legs. Like that. She goes, but yours will do. Like that. So I think she took her legs. Don't know how.
This is the worst film ever made. I'm not even gonna say, in my opinion, this is the worst film ever made.
The Odyssey came out.
Yeah. I had to wait a week to see it, because I booked the day that tickets were on sale to see it in 70mm IMAX in the Printworks Cinema in Manchester, which is one of 3 cinemas and the only one outside of London that are showing the 70mm.
Where else?
It's the Science Museum in London and the BFI IMAX.
Oh, it's the only one outside of London.
It's the only one outside of London.
Shit.
Showing it in 70mm IMAX. So
the Printworks, that's good, that.
I was very excited. I had to wait till the 25th to see it, so 8 whole days. Didn't see that much about it online, other than people saying it's incredible.
Look at the difference between IMAX and the normal format. That's all I kept saying.
Which I've also got thoughts on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went to see it. You saw it quite recently?
Yeah, well, I was like, I was going to go see it, but then I realised the cinema was further away than I thought. Because there's 2 IMAX cinemas near me.
Okay.
And one of them is the Science Centre where you went. And that was the first IMAX in Glasgow. In 2000 it was built. And so apparently it's quite old IMAX, like technology, the size, but it hasn't got like the laser vision. But also the ticket's like £12. So which is really good. I
think I spent nearly 30 quid to see this film.
Yeah.
I spent a tenner on a drink in there.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And yeah, so I was like, okay, well I'll go see it. So it was like last week, and I was looking. Obviously, I had to see it before this, and I was like, oh no, they were all sold out, and the only seats, there was like 3 seats available. And he had 2 showings every day, and they were all on the front row. I was like, nah, I'd rather see it not in IMAX and see it in IMAX on the front row. And anyway, then I found another cinema which is much newer screen. Although apparently the Science Centre is bigger, which I don't understand. So I don't see IMAX films. I don't see films in IMAX. I just haven't, and like, I don't know why. Because it's sick. It's so good. I'm not, and this, so it was like 20 quid for this ticket, so it's more expensive. But yeah, really, really good. I don't know how the screen could be bigger in another context.
I was meant to ask you this before we start recording, but I'm going to ask you now. Are you coming home for Christmas?
Yeah.
Are you going to be home like a week before Christmas?
Yeah.
On the 19th of December, do you want to go see, I'll get us tickets. Do you want to go see Dune Part 3 in 70mm in Manchester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to watch 1 and 2
Well,
first.
I'll have to watch 1 and 2 first. I've got till December. I think I'll manage. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so, and it was amazing. Because I think, did we see Nosferatu in IMAX?
Yeah.
Well, because I just don't remember that being in IMAX, but was it not good?
I think we sat at the back, which I just don't think you should do in IMAX.
Yeah,
I was
the perfect seat
mate,
in the Odyssey.
I was sat
Bang
right
in the middle.
center.
Yeah, me too. It was amazing.
So,
And it was all, like mainly sold out, and that seat was on its own. And I was like, I'll go for that one. It was so good.
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't remember Nosferatu being blown away by the IMAX. And then I think the one before that was Blade Runner 2049.
Really?
That was, yeah.
I saw Project
Because I'm a
Hail
cheapskate,
Mary
so I just don't
in
pay for it.
IMAX.
But I'm like, I'm not paying for IMAX now.
I saw
amazing.
Wuthering Heights in IMAX. I saw Deadpool and Wolverine in IMAX. That was a mistake. Shit movie.
And are they shot in IMAX? Because obviously
I don't think so. I think they're like optimized for IMAX.
Right, okay.
I did just before when I was having a wee, I did watch a YouTube short about the difference.
Yeah.
And I've already forgotten it because short form content doesn't stick
Yeah.
around. So, George Higgins, what did you think of the Odyssey?
I enjoyed it. No, I did. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what's. I don't know. I've kind of got mixed feelings. I think no. I came out. I really enjoyed it. But I don't. I think I didn't really know the. I think what I struggled with was the plot because I don't know the plot of the Odyssey.
Okay. I don't know the plot of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I think this is Nolan's best film.
Yeah.
If this doesn't win
But
every Oscar, I'm going to be so angry.
I really want to see it again because I really want to see it again in IMAX and be like, because I don't know. I think I really struggled first with I was kind of taken in by the Greek, like people saying, oh, they're not Greek actors, and it's and then it was like the first 20 minutes I was like, what it's not real, mate. That's not a real problem. But like I'd seen so many people talking about it that I was pre-annoyed by that, like by that aspect. And then so I found it hard to get into. I think I struggled a bit with the plot, which I've struggled with Tenet. I think with the plot, but because it was like spectacle like that, and like the plot isn't really a big part of Tenet. It didn't bother me. So I think as soon as like the sequences, I think it was the in between bits where between like the sequences on the different islands. As soon as it got to a bit with the like on the different islands, it was amazing. So I think I would really want to see it again, and I think I would enjoy it a lot more because I think I think also sometimes when I'm watching films where there is a lot of pressure to like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what do I think? And I find it really hard to engage with the film, which is why I need a second. And you know, it's the same with Oppenheimer.
Oh, really?
I just never got round to the second viewing, and I felt the same. And I think it's not. I think honestly, I think it's Nolan. I think it's the same with Interstellar. When I saw that a second time, I was like,
okay.
And I actually think it's Nolan's style and his dialogue style.
There's been a lot of sort of speculation online that Nolan might have an undiagnosed hearing problem.
Yeah, because his
the dialogue's really mumbled.
And I really struggle with that, and I really struggle without subtitles anyway.
Okay.
And that was the problem with Oppenheimer. And so
you can get a subtitled screening?
Yeah, I think it'd be fine if I saw it again. I just always forget that his films are like that. But yeah, because the first proper scene is the Cyclops scene. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously not first proper scene, but the first like moment.
Yeah.
And like
when you go,
and I was,
oh, this is the film.
And I forgot that I was like in the cinema in that moment, and I was like, yeah, that was incredible. I completely forgot it was a fantasy. I hadn't watched any trailers, so I hadn't seen any. I remember, and then when the Cyclops came up, I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing on a short, the Odyssey, Cyclops, and I scrolled by, and I'd forgotten about that, thankfully, because then when he popped up, I was like, what? And it looked amazing. Yeah, sorry, rambling now. So, you know what? This happened after I saw it. I said what I felt just then, and then I started thinking about it.
Okay.
And talked to Kate about it. I was like, wait, no, it was actually amazing. And so, yeah, I think the more I talk about it, the more amazing it is.
Okay, I'm going to try and win you over.
Yeah.
So I think this is Nolan's best film. I'm a huge Nolan fan. He was the first director I ever fell in love with. I've watched all his films, including like Following and Insomnia, which are, do you know, the two sort of like black sheep of his filmography.
Yeah.
I've watched all of his films multiple times. I think he's incredible. I don't think he's got a bad film. I think other than Following and Insomnia, I think all his films, I mean, we don't rate films, but if I had to, I'd give them all a 10 out of 10. I think he kind of gained popularity and became like the director at the perfect age when I was sort of growing up and getting into films, but he was doing Dark Knight Rises and Interstellar, which is still films young teenagers can enjoy, but then years later you can come back to and gain a whole new perspective on them. And I absolutely love him. And I think this is his best film. This feels like his magnum opus, because it feels like every single thing he's done in his career has culminated in this film. The same way I sort of feel about when you watch Twin Peaks: The Return. It feels like every Lynch film leading up to The Return is sort of synthesized in that mini-series in such a perfect way that feels like the perfect depiction of what this artist is. That's how I feel about the Odyssey. Yeah. The sort of intense battle sequences of Dunkirk.
Oh mate, I just remembered the end. I just remembered like the end where they fight, where he does the arrow and takes off it. Wait, oh no,
it's the best thing ever.
Because there's so much. There's so much in it, and it was the same when I walked out, and I was like, and I was a bit like disorientated. I think because
it's an overwhelming experience.
It was really overwhelming. I think that's carried on, but actually the next day when I was thinking about it, what's just happened in the past like 4 minutes since I started talking happened over the day, and I just remembered all the end, and I was just like, oh yeah, mate. And like the IMAX, what felt like my first proper IMAX experience. Like, I'm so glad I saw it. Like having everything in your periphery, and especially for this, like with the set pieces and all the, I mean, he's so good, isn't he, with profile shots and like getting into the characters' faces. And
so 70mm IMAX is in 4:3 aspect ratio,
right?
So I saw the film in 4:3.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just, it looks incredible. The flicker of the film as well, not to completely deviate from what you were saying,
no,
the flicker of the film and the way the image looks and how sort of crystal clear a lot of it was, the way the colours really popped. I think it's such a beautiful film, just from a visual standpoint. The way the scenery is captured, and the way the sea and the ocean looks with this film technology is just breathtaking in every single moment. Yeah,
and I mean, it's the first film ever. I mean, it's a massive filmmaking feat. First film ever shot 100%
in IMAX.
Because I didn't realize this. I mean, I'm sure you know, but the IMAX was initially used for documentary and nature films, and like was a really small selection of like works that got done in IMAX for science centres and everything.
So my mum was talking about when she was on a business course in college. So it would have been the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
And they went on a trip with the college to the NEC in Birmingham, and she was shown IMAX for the first time. And she was saying she doesn't even think there were seats in there. She thinks they just sat on the floor and saw it projected. So, but do you know the first blockbuster film to be used with IMAX
Dark
cameras?
Knight, wasn't it? Yeah. And that was only like one scene or two scenes or something, wasn't it? And then Dark Knight Rises wasn't that like 75% or something? Or 25 maybe, but each one he's like gone up and up with what percentage.
Dunkirk's mostly IMAX. There's a few shots that aren't.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then this, but it's because of the dialogue scenes, isn't it? And so do you know about it? Like the rig that he's built to like soundproof the film during the dialogue scenes. Yeah, it's just absolute filmmaking innovation, and like you can really tell. You know what I really loved about this film was like loads of it was out of focus. Did you notice that? And like but just slightly, like where they're clearly using really like shallow lenses, really, and knowing knowing how close they were because of like the box, and you can see them like with the smallest adjustment of the focus, like it goes a little bit out, so you can see, I can really feel the focus puller like finding the focus sometimes, because they're like pushing in obviously, and then they've got fun, and like because it was so big, I could see every little detail, and it just felt like it was made with hands. I really love that aspect of it.
Weird parallels and behind the scenes of it too on the Silver Globe, which we talked about.
Go
on. With the actual practicality of how they'd have to hike up mountains with these cameras into the middle of the wilderness and set up shooting away from people.
Because the locations
just fly everything in. They'd have to, like, the camera ops would all backpack up these mountains with IMAX cameras strapped to their backs, in a similar way that during the filming of On the Silver Globe, they had to climb down for like an hour into that cave before it being able to film anything. Which I thought was quite a fun little parallel.
It is.
For the loyal fans.
I mean, it really feels like it was made with like precision and love, just for like the craft.
I feel really overwhelmed because I don't even know where to not begin but go next with what to talk about, because it's just such a vast film. There's so many points to get on.
Is there anything you didn't like?
No, there wasn't a single element of the film that I disliked, which I can't believe. And I don't know if maybe that'll change on a second viewing, if I was just so excited to be experiencing this once in a lifetime film in this really rare format that barely anyone else is going to get to experience it in. It was such a cool experience.
No, and I mean, I don't know if you like, I think, I can't remember who it was by, but I watched a really good video essay the other day about the IMAX, about it being the first IMAX film, and he was comparing it to Technicolor, and like The Wizard of Oz. Technicolor had been around a bit, but they'd kind of written it off. They were a bit like, nah, it's not that good. It's like, it's too complicated to use. But like Wizard of Oz, they were like, nah, we're gonna make this. So and that was really loud as well. So they had to do a similar thing with soundproofing the camera. It was really massive and hot, and like they did it, and obviously revealed it in that moment, and like, and from then on, like the technology existed. The IMAX technology exists. The Technicolor technology already existed. It was just like the filmmakers were like, no, we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this entirely in Technicolor, and then it's changed everything. And like this, I do think this film might change. I mean, what can he do now? Like, because it's all been building up. Because he said it's been his childhood dream to do a film.
And I think
where can he go from here?
I think, as I said, it felt like every sort of thing he specialised in his other films. I think it's got the emotional weight of something like Interstellar. It's got the psychological and philosophical debates of Oppenheimer. It's got the intensity of the final action sequence in The Dark Knight Rises. It's just incredible, and I think he's going to have to go small scale next film.
That'd be interesting.
But I feel like we're jumping forward.
Okay. I don't know. You are right, though. I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like we need to talk about the acting. The biggest cast of just household names.
I know, right? Yeah, and like some of them were like big names in it for like.
Zendaya's in it for about 2 seconds. Charlize Theron's in it for about 2 seconds.
But like, I guess if Nolan's like, it doesn't matter how long it is. You're like, yeah.
Do you have any standout performances from the film? Anyone who really stuck out for you?
I think. I mean, I really liked the relationship between Matt Damon and the other fella.
Is he called Hamish Patel?
Yeah.
I
really liked that. I really liked their dynamic. Like, I really cared about their dynamic.
Yeah. I think he was one of the only actors whose name I didn't know before I saw the film, and he really stood out to me.
And I think the way that their performances were great. I mean, the way that they would just like look at each other sometimes was like, it was there was so much emotion in like tiny little moments. So I really liked them. I thought Robert Pattinson was great.
He was the biggest standout for me.
Really,
I think. I mean, I am biased. We were talking about before. He's probably my favourite actor.
Yeah.
But I just think every scene he was in, he just stole the scene. Yeah. I think Matt Damon as well.
Yeah, Matt Damon
I don't see Matt Damon in my head as that sort of leading man, and I think it's such a challenging performance to pull off. The sort of the strength, but also the weight of what he's done, and the guilt, but also the desire to get home and the indecisiveness of it all, and to carry a lot of that just through the sort of looks on his face.
Yeah,
Matt Damon's not the first actor that had come to mind for something like that. I feel like even if you're going for sort of Nolan regulars, you'd think Christian Bale, Leonardo DiCaprio, someone along those lines might be suited better. Even not the physicality of it, but the emotion of it. Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Where Matt Damon feels more like a Hollywood charming guy. And it's the best performance I've ever seen from him. Yeah. It's just incredible every moment.
I mean, but like, I think it's a lot to do as well for him. Like, I mean, he's in the film the most, more than anyone. Yeah. And like, it's incredible what he did, and there's so many different things, and like that last moment, like the end was so satisfying. Yeah. With like, and it was just when he like shot the arrow, it was when he went bing. At the end,
Anne Hathaway realised who he was.
Oh, mate. It's a heartbreak. So good. Yeah. Tom Holland was great.
Yeah, I've seen people complaining about him. I didn't think that at all. I thought I really bought into his character and believed it. John Leguizamo. Is that how you pronounce his surname? The blind servant.
Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah,
he felt like a real emotional crux in the film.
I don't think there are any bad. I can't think of any bad performances.
So, I want to go off on a little tangent here. Yeah. Do you remember about 5-6 years ago, I became really hyper fixated on Travis Scott. Not as a musician. I quite like his music. Not my favourite, but like I can enjoy it. But he was just doing loads of really weird stuff. So he had a McDonald's meal. Yeah. And part of the advert for it was him as an action figure running around the burger going, I'm Travis Scott and this is my McDonald's order. I thought that was really funny.
In Stormzy have a McDonald's meal as well.
Yeah. Do you remember...
Did he have a Did he do a Fortnite concert?
He did a Fortnite concert where he was really big, and he kept doing things. There was the time he dressed up as Batman for Halloween that was really funny, and he kept doing things. And the way I described it was, it's like I had a dream about a celebrity doing something that would only happen in a dream. Like, could you imagine? Oh yeah, I had a dream last night that Travis Scott did a concert in Fortnite and he was really tall. Yeah, that's not something that should happen in real life. And one of them was him in Tenet. So while making Tenet, it was the first time in ages Nolan hadn't worked with Hans Zimmer. He was working with Ludwig Göransson. Okay. That was their first collaboration together. Who did the score on this as well?
Score was good.
And when making Tenet, Ludwig Göransson introduced Christopher Nolan to Travis Scott's music. Yeah. And Nolan became obsessed with Travis Scott. Is that and was like, we need to get him to come and work on the film. Yeah. So the first person to see a rough cut of Tenet who wasn't directly related with the production was Travis Scott. What? Insane. Yeah. So then Travis Scott started working with Ludwig Göransson to add vocals to the soundtrack of the film, and I think it was in an interview with Nolan, and I'm gonna rough quote, but it was something along the lines of, nobody realizes this, but the whole time you're watching Tenet you can hear Travis Scott's voice. Incredible. So can you imagine my amazement when the first thing you hear in this film is a face, and I recognize the voice instantly. I'm like, no fucking way, it's Travis Scott.
He opens and closes. He closes it?
I think he closes it as well, yeah. And also, he's not in the film very much. I think
just the opening, closing.
Yeah, the part he plays.
A couple of shots, yeah.
does perfectly well.
Yeah.
But he was turning up to set every day at 5 a.m, even in scenes he wasn't in. And I saw this on a tweet, and the tweet just said, "To learn from Nolan." And the idea of Travis Scott just being on set every day going, "I just want to learn that."
Like a runner or like, yeah.
It's the funniest.
Trying to get their foot in the door.
Oh.
That's great.
Yeah, so that was really entertaining for me, and it took me back to like 6 years
That's
ago
really,
when I was hyperfixated on it.
That's, yeah.
Should we talk about the music?
Yeah.
I can't stop listening to the soundtrack.
I haven't listened to it after seeing it.
A couple of moments that really stood out to me music-wise was the Trojan horse sequence.
Oh my god, the Trojan horse
I feel like
sequence.
we can't brush past.
Oh my god, that was
the most
so good.
impressive part of the film.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I just keep forgetting about all the different, because so much happens in this film.
Should we just run through and see how many plot points we can remember and see what we miss out?
Yeah, wait, hold it.
Do you mind if I get some more water?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
really
please.
warm.
Yeah.
Double mic it.
Double mic. 1, 2, 2.
Oh, just one more thing, going back a second. In John Cena's last ever WrestleMania fight, it looks like he's about to lose, and then Fiend starts playing, and Travis Scott comes out in WWE and knocks out the ref and helps John Cena win. Travis Scott does things that shouldn't be happening.
What?
It's
That's
insane.
sick. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, should we just walk through it then?
So, got the whole setup early on, establishing everything. I thought it was really cool how when people are talking about Odysseus at the start, you don't see his face. And you only get sort of glimpses of it when people are telling stories about him, and you're hearing Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to call them all by the actors' names.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to try and remember all the Greek mythology names. And then the first sort of big sequence is the Cyclops. Unless, am I forgetting something?
No, that's what I remember. Yeah.
Horrible.
Mate, yeah.
Just the moment that really made me lock into the film was when they shoot the Cyclops in the eye and he screams.
Yeah.
And it's the most horrific thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Just
the high pitch that.
Yeah. And the way that the Cyclops just looks like a tall man with a deformed face.
Yeah, I really love that design.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a monster from a fantasy fantasy film. It's
Yeah. No, yeah, really good. Just really tense. Everything. It's
and
just
again,
really
I think the sort of the way that they escape, because Odysseus's men have been killed by the Cyclops, he turns around, shoots it in the eye as one sort of final attack. Shows so much of his character in that one moment, in a way that a lesser filmmaker wouldn't be able to sort of insert.
Yeah.
And you learn in just that sequence alone so much about Odysseus and the way he is, and sort of how calculating he is, and how early on he's so willing to sacrifice men to get the most out of there.
Yeah.
And also the rage inside of him.
Yeah, because by doing that, he put his men in danger as well. Yeah, and they're all really complicated characters.
Yeah.
which is really, I don't know. I guess it was just really fun to like engage with them, and I guess and again their performances. Like and I really love their what was the next sequence? Move on, because it was too good.
So Cyclops, is it then?
So the witch?
No, I think the witch is later on. Is it the giants?
Yeah. That was, woo. So good.
The practicality in that scene as well of having all Odysseus' men. Do you know how they did that?
Yeah, I've seen it, but
stunt doubles who were all 4 foot
Yeah.
4
And then
foot tall
7
women
foot people
and
in
7 foot tall people.
Yeah.
And I think also the way that the physicality of the giants there look, and their body proportions are sort of not quite human, and it makes them feel otherworldly.
Yeah.
And the way you never see their face, you just see the armor, other than the one child who's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
It's just horrifying. I think the word that I kind of keep coming back to in a lot of these sequences is horrifying. It really... There's a word. And I'm sorry, future George, because you're going to have to edit around me thinking about it.
It's fine.
But just...
I'll leave it.
Oh, no, please don't. Please.
There's so much weight behind every act. Like, I mean, there's so much emotional weight, but also like physical weight. You can feel every hit.
And I think...
And his men die constantly.
Yeah.
And like, so there are consequences, which adds to every time they get knocked over. Like, it feels like something could happen.
And then I think
Which is
that when we get
quite
to
refreshing.
the Trojan horse sequence.
Yeah. Is the Trojan horse after? Is it giants then Trojan horse? Don't know. That was, mate. Imagine being an extra in that.
Have you heard? I think it was John Bernthal being interviewed about filming that sequence, and he says they turned up on set that day. And he said to Nolan, how are we going to film this? He said, well, you're going to get inside and I'm going to put the camera in and I'm going to film you.
Is that actually what happened?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Isn't that genius?
What were they in?
I'm guessing just a
big black box.
Yeah.
That's sick, yeah.
I just had to stand on each other.
That's so cool.
The way that tension's built throughout that sequence and the use of the score as they get out and start attacking... the city Trojan?
No, Troy.
Troy. Oh, man. You know what? We're getting to that time. I've had a full day of work before this, like I normally do before recording. We're getting to the lull.
Next one will be on a weekend, I think.
I cannot wait. We'll record it at 10 a.m.
Yeah, literally.
I'll be really tired still because I'm just always tired. It's going to be beautiful. But the way that the music's used as they're trying to open the gate to Troy, I'm going to build the energy up. Come on. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
The way that the music's used to build the tension in that sequence feels very much like he's channeling what he did in Dunkirk.
Yeah.
But
just getting the energy up.
Fuck's sake. what he did in Dunkirk, and he's bringing it to this fantasy, Bronze Age setting, and it's so intense, and you're really feeling the strain of it. And everyone knows the story of the Trojan horse. Even if you don't know the Odyssey, you know the Trojan horse. They get in. But
so the story of the Trojan horse is from the Odyssey.
Yeah,
the book. That's crazy. That I didn't know that.
Did you not know that?
I don't think I did know that. But yeah, obviously the first
Well, I think it's in the Iliad.
Right.
And I think the Iliad is them going to Troy and capturing Troy, and the Odyssey is the journey home.
Right.
I think.
But when they showed, because like the first shot, one of the first shots is like this, the Trojan horse, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
With Elliot Page, and then it goes back to that later on, doesn't it? And I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what they do with that.
And it's
and then
the way it's
but
teased...
you didn't even know that they were inside there at that point.
Yeah. Oh. And I think the way it's teased throughout, and then you have the sequence where Tom Holland finally gets to see John Bernthal and the Peter Nyong'o. It's the way John Bernthal says, everyone here has a story about Odysseus. Have you heard the story of the horse?
Yeah.
Well, you heard it from the inside. And you get that whole sequence. Oh. And you see the men sweat, you see them drown, you see them piss on each other.
Yeah.
And it's so horrible. You feel like you can smell being inside that room. And it's just the tension from that moment, it's just built up so well. So when they finally break out, and then when the gates open, and Agamemnon and Isaphides just stood there in his armour, and all his men charge out the shadows into the city.
That was crazy. That was Ben Safdie, right?
Yeah, it's Benny Safdie.
Benny. That was because I was like, did you know that it was him? Like, did you know he was in the cast?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I've
probably seen it.
I saw it because it's like it's his lips, but like through the mask when I think they did a close up. I was like, is that Ben Safdie? And then it like he took it off and it was his curly hair and I was like, it's gotta be, but you barely see his face. And I love that because like it's just, why is it him? Why not? It's sick. Yeah.
But and I think it's just such a brilliant sequence, and then you don't see the Battle of Troy till the end of the film.
No.
And it's just such a smart narrative decision to have you believe it's this big triumphant moment throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
And at the end reveal that Odysseus, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrific, which it would have been, and Odysseus is feeling so much regret about it, which is why he's always been on this self-sacrificial journey.
Yeah.
And it's taken him 20 years to get home.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an amazing reveal. Yeah, I guess it was. It was really heartbreaking, wasn't it? Finding that out and realizing why he's so sad.
We got the pigs. We got Cersei and the pigs. Samantha Morgan.
So much. Yeah, that was great.
Do you know that scene was entirely CGI free? It was done with animatronics and clever camera angles.
Whoa, yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah, that's really good.
Again, horrific.
Yeah.
Like the scene with the giants, like the scene with the Cyclops. It feels like Nolan's gearing up to make a horror film.
Yeah.
And it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
It's going to be really nasty.
Yeah, of course, because I suppose in my head he's a sci-fi director, but that's not necessarily true, is it? No, he's done flipping
loads.
Batman.
Yeah.
He's done.
I feel like Batman's sort of sci-fi adjacent.
Yeah, but he's done. Space.
Yeah.
Films.
Tenet sci-fi and Inception sci-fi.
And then fantasy.
Oppenheimer's sci-fact.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, of course. A bit bibliographic film.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's great. Yeah, of course. In my head, he's but yeah, he could do a horror film and it wouldn't be out of place because it would be. Whoa, that'd be cool. I'd like to see that. Yeah, the pig scene, that was really good. And the editing in this film is great, and
the way they start eating food and slowly.
But just before
horrific.
that, there's the shot where they put out the armor, and he looks, and there's loads of armor, and then that's it, and then they just go in and start eating, and it wouldn't be you'd expect that to be. There's a lot of armor out here. What's going on? But they don't. He just goes in, and then
it's not a Netflix original.
Yeah. But then it's like all these sequences, I guess, have little. I suppose that's what you were talking about before. Like everything just raises tension a little bit. Then they start eating. Like really horribly, like the parents in Spirited Away. And then
seen it.
Oh well, they eat like that, and then and it's like oh no, that's something's not right, and it just builds it really slightly until and then it's got the climax, and then the rest, and everything just comes together so nicely. Yeah.
And then following that, they go to Hades and speak with the dead.
Oh my
which
God!
I think outside of the Trojan horse is my favourite
Yeah,
sequence. So
yeah,
for
yeah.
me, the part in 70mm that I thought was the most visually striking that I can't stop thinking about is when Odysseus speaks to Elliot Page's character who's dead, and he climbs out the mud, and it's this close up on him, and it's in this 4:3 aspect ratio, and he looks harrowing. That's the word I was looking for before. Harrowing. When the giants turn off, it's harrowing.
Yeah.
He just looks really harrowing, and
with the mud, and it's like it's the blue tint, isn't it? And it's like, and
I just keep thinking about that image.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where Odysseus' guilt really starts to set in. That then comes back and plays into the finale.
Yeah. Yeah, God, I really want to rewatch it. Like, I'm really inspired to rewatch it, and I'm not watching it in IMAX. I'm spending the money and going back to it. It's so good.
How do you feel about the fact that this film is shot in IMAX? It's shot in 4:3. However, even though in a cinema you can see a film in a 16:9 aspect ratio, any film, they're screening it in letterbox like aspect
What, they're
ratio.
not screening
It's
it
not
in
in 16:9 in normal. It's massively cropped.
That's weird, isn't it?
And they do this in a lot of IMAX films, and then it's even the home release. Blade Runner 2049, you can't see the IMAX version. You can only see the letterbox
Because
version.
the trailer's in widescreen, isn't it?
Yeah, but
It's
the
weird.
actual film isn't.
Yeah.
I hate it. It really annoys me. Just release it in the correct aspect ratio.
Yeah.
And even if it is a marketing thing to try and get more people to go see it in IMAX, not every city has an IMAX cinema.
Yeah.
Not every town has an IMAX cinema. Most IMAXs are sold out for weeks for it.
Yeah.
People are going to see the film and they're not going to properly see the film because they're not going to see it in IMAX.
That's really weird. It's strange to see.
And even you paid for the premium. You saw it in 16:9. You still didn't see the full image. It was still cropped when you saw it. From
Really?
the 4:3 aspect ratio, yeah. There's image from the top and bottom
Yeah.
of the screen that's missing from the version you saw. And unless you go to one of 3 cinemas in the UK.
What, they're the only 4:3
Yeah.
IMAX? Whoa, so
Because it's the 70mm.
So where I saw it
projection.
was just a huge 60. It didn't look 16:9. It was.
It
was curved.
It's 16:9, 1.9 to 1.
That's 16:9. There's no way my screen looked like that. My screen was taller than that aspect ratio one.
It's normal IMAX. It's 1.9 to 1 to the aspect ratio,
Yeah.
which I should be able to do that. I did half my degree in
Yeah,
maths.
yeah.
But also I've been in work all day.
Yeah,
I'm quite
yeah.
tired, so I'm not going to. But yeah, it's so it's 1.9 to 1 is the IMAX aspect ratio, and the 70mm aspect ratio is 1.43 to 1.
Right. Okay.
So there's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information lost, and I find it really. I love the fact I saw it in 70mm, but I can never watch it in that format again.
Yeah.
Where I watch loads of films that are in 4:3.
Yeah.
Come and see that was in 4:3.
Yeah. Obsession.
Obsession. I watch a lot. I've been watching a lot of Universal monster movies, as I talk about every episode. They're all in 4:3. You just put black bars at the side of the screen, and guess what? If the movie's good, people will watch it.
Yeah.
Obsession's a big box office hit, and that's in a skinny aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Even if you want to crop it at 16:9, make it fill the screen.
Yeah.
Don't have black bars at the top and bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
I don't. Yeah, that's really strange. I mean,
It's a marketing thing, so it's studios are trying to find a way to make the theatre experience incomparable to the experience at home, because they're losing out so much Netflix and streaming and buying films digitally, especially after the pandemic. People got really used to renting films at home and going to the cinema less. For a while, they were trying to make it 3D. 3D didn't catch on.
Yeah.
They're trying 4DX now, which is... Did you see the reel I sent you?
No.
You were saying, should we go see Spider-Man
Yeah.
4D? Apparently the 4DXs, there's screens at the side.
What?
So it's like a cube.
No.
It looked awful. Watch it as someone filmed in the cinema a scene from Spider-Man that gives away nothing. It's in like the first third.
What?
And it looks terrible.
That's crazy. Why? I didn't even know that was a
Because
thing.
studios are really trying to create something that can't be replicated at home, and that's what this push towards. If you don't see it in IMAX, you don't see the full images.
Right.
So you have to go out and you have to pay for the premium format. Then what that does is it means you can't, when it's not in the cinema anymore, you just can't see the proper film.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Sounds poo.
Yeah.
Film poo.
Little callback to a conversation we had off the pod.
Yeah.
About the new subgenres in UK music, such as UK poo and indie poo.
Yeah, why do they add? Why do they
add
make
poo to the end of music genres, George?
Why do they make things widescreen when they're not shot like that? That is really annoying.
If we're going on to aspect ratios, 'cause I've got so many thoughts on aspect ratios, more than a man really should. why are TV shows now being shot in widescreen letterbox format?
Yeah.
I'm not watching Severance in a widescreen cinema. Why do you not just make it fill the frame?
I know. Well, it's because
It's
because they're shot on anamorphic lenses,
Okay,
like Severance is, which
I know the Marvel shows are all in widescreen as well,
yeah,
and that pisses me off.
it's strange for TV, but when you shoot on anamorphic lenses, they're squeezed to a square, and then stretched, and then in post you have to de-squeeze it. Did you know that? I didn't want to explain to it.
You're not just explaining it for me. You're explaining it for our one fan.
Well, when you shoot on anamorphic, so you got spherical lenses, which is this circle. Whereas if this was an anamorphic lens, you would see a little square. So when you shoot it and you play back the footage, it squeezes the image, and so it is basically a square. And then you have to stretch it, and that's why Spielberg lens flares.
Yeah.
That's because they're shot on anamorphic. Those are the lens flares that come. Or the background focus is really long, and the background, the blur. If you film a light, the blurs would be oval shaped, and that's all animal. You are.
I said Park Life because you said blur.
Oh, cheers.
Sorry, that's awful. I completely disrupted your flow there for a D-tier dad joke.
But yeah, so then the background is long. So I mean, I love anamorphic lenses. I think they're they can be. Roger Deakins, he was saying, he doesn't shoot anamorphic because he wants it to be crisp and not have no lens flares, want to be true to the eye, whereas for sci-fi films Spielberg uses that.
Yeah.
Use Disclosure Day would have been shot anamorphic because it's
don't make me think about Disclosure Day.
And but when you pull focus as well, when you focus onto the character and you can really feel the change, it's mad. Anamorphic lenses do that, whereas spherical lenses are quite natural pull focus. So
this is so sick.
Yeah, so if they're shot on anamorphic, they're squoze into widescreen. But I think Severance looks amazing, and a part of that is the lenses.
Everything I've just said. Yeah, crap it.
Yeah, no. But I don't think that would be a problem. I think, especially for TV, and I think, you know what does it? I'm pretty sure Chibnall's era is shot on anamorphic lenses and Doctor Who, but it's not widescreen. It's a bit less.
Oh,
so I think
don't get me started on the BBC aspect ratio.
But I think
fucking hell.
I think they've done that because, and I think they've got the widescreen and cropped in a little bit, but not fully. So you've still got less. It doesn't fill the whole screen, but I'm pretty sure they're that's shot on anamorphic, which is weird, and it's got the lens flares and the weird black background blur. So I think you can do that, but then you would lose information on the sides.
Yeah.
Which is partly the reason why you would use anamorphic, because if you want IMAX, you get tall with anamorphic, you get more on the sides.
I love a tall image.
Yeah.
I've always gravitated much more towards a tall image. I really don't like a wide image.
Yeah, but if you get a, it's really rare to go to the cinema and get a good wide screen. Sometimes if you see a film in widescreen and you got a wide screen where if they were showing a 16:9 it'd be cropped on the sides. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I love?
That's really cool. But
when you go to the
big
cinema and you go into a widescreen
and it goes,
and they project it in they project it in 16:9.
Yeah.
So you got black bars at the side, but the film's in widescreen. So you've got black bars at the top and bottom as well.
They don't fill the widescreen.
So it fills 2/3 of the screen. I've had that happen multiple times. I had that happen with Fast and Furious 9, which I'm going to be honest, I think just added to the experience.
Yeah. Oh wait, is that the one? Did you watch that in
the light?
Oh,
cinema.
In the light, right.
Were you going to say in the Netherlands?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
I saw the Meg 2 in the Netherlands.
Right.
I don't remember the aspect ratio of that, to be honest.
Yeah. What were you saying? Yeah, no, I mean, I always get excited when I get in and I see that the screen is a proper widescreen, but it's so rare. I don't understand why I don't understand why they don't just, they say, oh, this film is in wide, so we'll show it in a wide screen. But I guess cinemas can't really, it's probably cost so much to do
and
that.
I think also they say they've got 3 widescreen, 5 like TV size, TV aspect ratio screens. You're not going to guarantee that 3 of the films out at that time are going to be widescreen, 5 are going to be in 16:9.
Yeah. Anyway, Dan, we have to talk about Angst.
Wait, before we do, the end of the Odyssey is amazing.
Yeah.
It made me cry.
Oh, yeah.
Not like emotionally, I was just so overwhelmed. The music and the image and the way that the final scene builds up, and you have... I'm feeling really overwhelmed now, and I'm like, I can't even begin to talk about how it made me feel. The way that throughout the film, Robert Pattinson's character is just so hateable, and you really want to see him taken down, and then that final sequence goes on for so long without ever cutting the tension, and there's a really slow build-up where all the men come up and they try and string Odysseus' bow, and then Odysseus posing as a beggar strings his bow and plucks it, and Anne Hathaway clocks that it's him, and then he shoots it and proceeds to kill all the men.
Oh my god,
and
so satisfying.
The entire choreography in that sequence, the music, how loud it gets, the way little sort of vignettes happen off to the side with his son, and the way Robert Pattinson refuses to get involved in the fight because he's such a coward and sends the other men towards him.
He's like, go get him, get the spears.
It's the most satisfying finale Nolan's ever had. And then you think Odysseus is dying, and he goes to say goodbye to his wife, and he says, "Not in death, in exile."
Oh my god!
And you see him on the boat. Man, I was crying in the cinema. It's the best.
It is, and it is overwhelming, and it's like, but it's just so satisfying. Everything comes together like perfectly. Every moment in the film has been leading up to that, and it's like, it's captured really well.
So before we talk about Angst, I mean, we've already said we're going to see the Odyssey again.
Yeah.
I think it's Nolan's best film. That might change.
Watch Evil Dead Burn again?
No.
You think it's his best film? Are you going to ask me where it ranks?
What's your favourite Nolan film? Do you have one off the top of your head? Up until now, it probably would have been either Memento or Dunkirk.
For me, it's Interstellar for me.
Really?
Yeah, nice. But I'm not a massive like Nolan head.
Do you remember when we were 16 and we went to see Interstellar in IMAX, and on the way in some guy offered us cat?
No.
Oh no, actually we were 18 because we were drinking in Concert Square before going to watch Interstellar.
Yeah.
And it was like exciting to go off a pint.
Yeah.
So we had one, and some lad went up to us. He was like, "Do you want some cat, lads? Do you want to buy some cat?" And I'm getting my IMAX times confused. That was when we were going to see a Muse concert in IMAX, and you were like, as it was around the same time, and you were like, "Lad, that'd be mad."
I don't know how you remember this.
Do not endorse the use of cat. We did not buy cat off the stranger.
No, we said no.
We said no.
Probably.
We instead had a few pints and went to watch the Muse concert in IMAX.
Right, that was it. Yeah. Where was that?
That was in Liverpool.
In Cheshire? Oh. Right, fair enough. Yeah, what was my favorite? No, I don't know. I'm not a massive.
You're not a big favourite person, are you?
Big favourite.
I feel like
I don't know. But
I have
also,
a favourite everything. That's how my brain's wired.
But also, I'm not that obsessed with Nolan. Really, I mean, I really enjoy his films. I think they're not. I really enjoy that. I don't know. It's hard to explain because I love them when I watch them, but like. I don't think about him a lot. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's not his. Maybe it's not. He's not quite my style. That I gravitate towards, and I don't know, big blockbuster. I don't know, but he is really cool. And for blockbusters, he's the best blockbuster filmmaker.
Would you put him above Villeneuve? Didn't he? Oh, you haven't seen the Dune movies?
No, I
have. So I feel like you can't.
Maybe comment. Not. No, but I mean, I think I prefer Denny more. I like more of his films than I like Nolan's films. I think more about his films than I do. I think maybe I like his style more. I don't know. But so I don't know where I would rank this. I mean, this is it's really good. Yeah, you've sold me on it.
Nice.
No, well, not really. I just had to think about it. I just had to remember it. I was thinking about the bits I was confused about, and then I remembered the bits that I wasn't confused about, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the best thing ever.
Nice.
We are going to have to talk about Angst now.
Angst. 1983 cult Austrian horror slasher thriller.
You picked this film.
I picked this film. I've wanted to watch it for years. It influenced Gaspar Noé a lot. There's another film that's very, very directly influenced by Angst. It's really annoying me because I can't remember it, but it's another film that I think we both absolutely love. And I think it's quite a recent film. Might have been Red Rooms. Might have been something else.
Not Barbarian.
Yes,
yeah. One of the
Barbarian
sequences was inspired by that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a film following a serial killer.
Yeah.
When he's released from prison, based on a true story that happened in 1980 in Austria.
Yeah.
So, George, what did you think of Angst?
I love this film.
I hate
really?
This film.
No way.
It really, really sat badly with me.
Wow, yeah.
And the reason why is something that I'm still debating whether I'm in the right for, but I think this film's incredibly distasteful.
Okay.
I think it's quite frankly disgusting.
Right.
This is a real tragedy of a man who broke into a house of a family and murdered the mother, the disabled son, the daughter, and tried to escape and was planning on killing more people. And then 3 years later, it's turned into a really stylish and film that I really found it glorified it. I found it glorified his actions. I think a lot of that's to do with the soundtrack, but I think the film portrays the events as cool.
Right.
And I found that the film was going, look how kind of sick this is. And from reading a lot of reviews online, nobody agrees with me. And I don't know if I'd have to watch the film again, but I really don't want to. I had an incredibly unpleasant time watching it.
Wow.
And it's not that the kind of subject matter is too taboo. I've said before, I don't think any subject matter's off the table. We've talked very high praises of Irreversible in this podcast. I love Funny Games, and another film that I think I could compare this to is Gus Van Sant's Elephant, if you've ever seen it.
No.
Which is his film he made about the Columbine massacre in 2003, which was very soon after the event. But I think kind of the difference between Angst and Elephant is I think Elephant portrays, I think, a depiction of a very troubled young man who did something horrific and unforgivable, but portrays it in a very harrowing way. That there's no non-diegetic music. Everything's really long takes of just these kids going out their days. And I think that film exists in a way to sort of get people who politicise school shootings to just kind of take a step back and look at it and go, no, these are real people and this is a real event. I found this just abhorrent.
Wow.
And I really wish I didn't, because it clearly is so influential on a lot of films I love. I think I can see a lot of sort of Funny Games in this.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely.
I can see The Vanishing in this.
Yeah.
I can see Irreversible in this. But I can... all those films are fictional. And if it will, and I think the fact that it's based on real events that happened 3 years earlier is just sick.
Yeah. Well, I
I don't want to take the wind out your sails.
No,
I would like you to talk about.
Yeah, no,
I
don't agree that it glorify. I definitely didn't feel that it was glorifying it. I think you're probably right. It probably is distasteful. I mean, I don't know. I think it would be really hard to argue that actually it is, that like it making it 3 years later is. I don't think I realised it was that soon. Before
that's like, about 20 minutes in,
that's crazy.
Looked up the true story because I was like,
it's so accurate. It's like the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not inspired by. They just done it.
But they were like, oh, we're just not going to give this man a name.
Yeah. No. I think it'd probably be hard to find an argument for why that it was maybe a good idea to make it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought. I don't know, maybe when I don't think I realised how, because I remember Kate saying she didn't want to watch it because it was based on a true story and that would make her scared. about
Yeah.
like about like what could happen. I don't think I realised how like similar it was to the true story till after I looked it up. And he was but I remember just being I was really exhilarated by watching it. I mean, I think that
Just spilled water on myself.
you can imagine like the camera work has been talked about.
The camera work's brilliant.
It's I think technically it's masterful. Like the camera rig that they invented to make those shots. It was shot like on a big thing through a mirror to film it and spinning around him. I thought it was really exhilarating, yeah. But yeah, now I'm like, oh no, that's not good, is it? I mean, I didn't feel like he was glorifying it at all. I thought he was horrible, and they weren't.
Did you not think? Because there's one
trying to
sequence
make
in
it look cool. I
particular
didn't think that.
where he's killed them all, and he's trying to get the family car and drive away, and he's rushing through the house, and the music's going, and I was like, this sequence is trying to be cool.
I didn't think that because I can't think of the music.
A lot of it
specifically.
The music's like synth.
Yeah.
Reminds me of sort of Suspiria and a lot of sort of giallo films from the 70s and 80s, and Argento and all that kind of stuff. And those films, I don't know if it's just because I associate that sound quite wacky, over the top, silly horror films. But I do think a big part of my feeling of it being distasteful does come from the soundtrack as well.
Interesting, yeah.
I don't think
I have to go back and
the
listen to
soundtrack tonally matches. Like, I think the emotion you should be feeling watching it is harrowed.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack's really exciting and sort of almost upbeat.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I didn't find it tense. I didn't find tension. I didn't find exhilaration in it. It wasn't a case of, this is a good film and I'm enjoying it and I feel bad for enjoying it. It was a case of, this is well shot, but I'm not enjoying the film and I think it's distasteful. I don't know, it's just because I've seen a lot of things that came after it that were clearly influenced by it. Yeah. And it didn't do anything that I hadn't seen before. Right. Maybe that could be an issue. But yeah, I found it felt like it sort of went through the motions, and I never felt gripped by it. Right. But then again, it could be a mental block.
Maybe.
Because
I mean, I think maybe maybe it's a taste. I was the opposite. I was really gripped by it, but I don't think it was. I wasn't rooting. I didn't feel like the film was rooting for the character.
Not rooting for him, but I think it was really embellishing in what he did. Right. Or it's taking enjoyment and how cruel.
I know, because for me, it was like, oh my god, this guy's he wants to be like this really, like established serial killer, and he wants to do like this perfect, and he's just shit at it. He keeps getting it. He's doing it. He's getting everything wrong. He can't do what he wants to do. He's like, he keeps killing people by accident because he wants to torture them, and he keeps accidentally killing them before he can do any of that. And then at the end, I guess at the end he kind of he does kind of fulfill his wish, doesn't he, to traumatize everyone around the car and stuff.
I think something we haven't mentioned yet, which is maybe the most prominent thing that stands out about the film, is the voiceover.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because the whole thing is just voiceover, isn't it? Yeah. Why? What? What do you want to say about it?
The thing is, what you've just said, what I was going to say was a complaint, but I think it might actually be purposeful, was it felt very much like an edgy teenager trying to be as dark as possible. Yeah. But now I'm thinking, have I just completely missed the point of this film? Is the film sort of making fun of him?
That's what I felt.
Because I went into it expecting almost like a Funny Games. Yeah. The Vanishing type, really harrowing experience. Yeah. And what I got was, Oh my god! I think I've completely
For me,
misread the film.
I thought
Holy
like
shit!
it's definitely like it feels like funny games, but I do think it's not. It's not like as serious. I mean, it's hard to say because it's real events, obviously, but it's like it's not
as serious in a way of it's almost belittling him.
That's how I felt watching it. Yeah, so I was surprised and
oh my god,
yeah,
I'm an idiot.
But there were sequences I really enjoyed when he was talking about like his past at the same time as doing like trying to do something that was kind of similar to that, and like I thought structurally and the structure and the editing of it I really enjoyed, because also like it doesn't really try to get into the head. It doesn't try to justify any of his actions. It doesn't really humanize him. I don't think. No. I think everything they added with the voiceover made him more and more of just like a freak. It's like this guy's just so fucked, and he's not even that good. And like he's because at this point
to be a loser.
Yeah, and he'd been in prison. Like this was like the 4th time he'd got out of prison as well and done this. He's not very. It's not good. That's how I felt. But I also think that like what you said, like I think that's like I would. It's like like when we were saying about Irreversible. If some people watching Irreversible are like feeling and not enjoying it, not getting anything from it, like be like, yeah, that totally. So I mean, I think the same about this, and it is all about the, I don't know, like just when you first watch it, how you're feeling about the context and everything can totally change how you read the film. But that's how I felt. I felt like didn't glorify it. It was like, this guy's like, and in a way, like, I suppose I don't know if like how they presented him in the film is how he was in real life, but he wants to do this like perfect killing kind of thing.
So I think from reading about it afterwards, I probably should have read it again today because I watched it.
I know, I watched this yonks ago. I can't
remember. But I think the sort of actions were based on one serial killer and the voiceover were based off like the writings for another serial killer.
Right, okay.
Sort of combining the two. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to change my mind about the distance from the events.
No, that
I think you could really
I think that is undoubtedly problematic,
like,
definitely.
You could absolutely fictionalize it.
You
could sort of go, oh, it's loosely inspired by this, but change a lot of elements. To keep it that similar feels, to me, like it's sort of reveling and relishing in something like that.
In the recency of it as well, like like I mean, because now it's hard now. Like, if this happened
in 2023, and a film came out in which, also before I say the next thing, we've added a bunch more films to the list of Wheel We Spin because fuck me, every time we come to film this, I'm scared I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah.
Because all these films have the most abhorrent acts I've ever seen in them. Like, I was so excited when The Godfather got picked because I thought, this is a classic. This is going to be a really good film. Yeah. And there's fucking naked teenage girls in it. Can we not just have something nice, please? Because
Minions and monsters.
Oh my god! To go back to what I was going to say, to depict a scene in which a young girl who's probably meant to be like 19, he kills her and then sexually assaults her dead body.
Yeah,
and it's shown in quite graphic detail. And that really happened to a real person 3 years before.
Yeah. No, that is actually crazy.
Is just, I can't begin to justify it.
Yeah.
And I do think, the purpose of the film, because I was thinking, I know I'm missing the purpose of this film. I'm missing, because everyone talks so positively about it. I'm missing something here, and you've just told me what it was that I'm missing. But I still stand by that.
Yeah. No, I think
That's not on.
No, I don't. I
And
think
it's not the.
it's hard. It's hard to think about now because it was long.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that long ago, but it was long ago.
But I think
like
if
that happened,
if a film
now,
came out in 2026,
we'd be like, you cannot do that.
no,
That would be.
But if a film came out in 2026 about an act that happened in 1980,
Oh
and
right.
it was this story.
Yeah.
It came out now, and it sort of took and not satirized but belittled him in the way that
Yeah.
this film does. I could see an argument for it
Yeah.
now. But if it took an event that happened in 2023,
Yeah. That would not.
no,
You'd be like, you can't do. Obviously not. Yeah. No, it's true.
because they're real people. They have
Yeah.
family.
Well-
they have friends.
Yeah, that was. I mean, 3 years. I mean, even now, there would still be family, and I suppose they would have to get the permission from the family to make. If
Well,
they
they
made
changed all the names, so which would have meant they didn't have to.
Really, is that how
That's-
loose? Is that how loose the rules are?
I'm guessing so because
Did they even have names in the film?
no, it's like the mother, the
Yeah.
son, the daughter. I think he's
Sure.
called the killer, or
Yeah, I
psychopath
think it's called
or-
the killer. Yeah, something
Yeah.
like
none of the characters have names,
yeah.
which could be an artistic choice or could be a legal loophole.
Yeah,
And it's a shame because this film visually is brilliant.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so. And I think I'd seen stills from it before, and that's why I wanted to watch it. Because
Mm,
visually, it's so my cup of tea.
yeah,
And it feels adjacent to so many of my favourite films. It feels like it could fit in with Funny Games, Vanishing, Spoilers, Red Rooms. I feel
Yeah.
like really fits
Yeah.
in with this bleak side of cinema. Elephant, the Gus Van Sant film I mentioned before, has this bleak, like, visual style to it and realism that I think this really carries. And I just didn't like it.
yeah. No, I'd be interested to see how that. Like, if you watch it again, I'm not saying like you should, but like, I'd be interested to see how that changes, and now how, if I were to watch it again, because I actually think I would. Then how that changes, like the next experience of us both watching, like with such opposite views, but then,
Yeah.
but now, I don't think I realised that it was that soon after, and now
3 years.
it's like
And
that
the
is
production would have been happening much sooner.
that is crazy, yeah. Yeah, that is great. That's not. You're onto the director. It's like the only film he ever made.
I know.
And then he's just been doing commercials since then.
Mental.
He's done one. He's done one other short film
Mm-hmm.
that's like just untraceable. No one can find it anywhere. It doesn't exist. But it's on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think Nolan's even got like a lost short film
Yeah.
boxed.
um,
20 people have looked.
yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. It just
Yeah.
didn't do a film again.
Yeah. I also want to come on here. I want to chat to you about films. I want to have a laugh.
Yeah.
I want to interject with funny stories about Travis Scott
Yeah.
and me get my card declined at a podcast festival.
Yeah.
And people being annoying in the cinema. And I can't do that if we're talking about a film where the most vile depiction
Yeah.
of the horrific acts is
Yeah.
being shown.
Yeah. Well, this was your idea for the podcast.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
No, I don't know why you're coming at me. 'cause
But I
this is
think, I mean, I think it's worked other times.
Yeah.
Just this one really just made me go, ugh.
Yeah.
Hello. It's
Sorry.
all right, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
that is a tricky one, that, because I was watching it like I was really taken in by. I mean, I'm so easily taken in by like cinematography and lighting
Same here.
I was really transported. I found it immersive, but it is weird that.
Yeah.
It is weird to think about that now. I go, oh no. Yeah, tricky. These things are complicated. Film's complicated.
Yeah, and it's not a black and white subject.
No. But like,
I think these discussions are interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's valid. Yeah, definitely valid.
But
to
also,
be like,
looking into
I don't like it.
I couldn't find much about people complaining about it
No,
from a
no.
moral perspective. I mean, upon release, it was really, really well received. Because
That's interesting because I would expect. I swear, a lot of the time it's the opposite, and then it gets resurgence.
But then also, I think it was this Austrian film. It had a very probably like small release. You know, foreign films in UK and America at the time weren't as accessible as they are now. Social media is not a thing. Maybe people weren't as aware of the true stories. Like, you couldn't just watch the film and afterwards go on Google and go, what was the true story, and read through it and just feel ill. Yeah. You know, you'd have to go to a library and look through old newspapers, and most critics aren't going to do that. And it's a really well shot film. And was quite breakthrough for the time. But I also, the fact that at the start it says in giant words, this is based on a true story, really feels like the film is enjoying the fact that it's depicting real events.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
And that's the vibe I got from the film.
Yeah. Well.
So, Angst. Do you have anything more to say? What do you think of the opening? With the way it's just sort of pictures and a voiceover explaining his life.
Yeah, that was...
I think it's a cool...
Yeah.
And in a different context, I find it a very interesting decision. And I think it's very clinical, which is what the film's massively trying to be.
Yeah.
Which I don't think the soundtrack meshes with at all. Which
that's a good point. Yeah, because it is super just kind of objective.
Yeah, but then the soundtrack's really cool and fun and exciting. Maybe the soundtrack's the issue. Maybe if you took the soundtrack out.
If anyone wants to do that.
Yeah. But I think people love the soundtrack to this.
Yeah. But what were you saying about... Oh, yeah, the opening.
I think it really establishes
the
clinical
it was cool.
tone and atmosphere well.
And I think, like, I guess to understand just to kind of understand what's going on, it was like it was a cool way to just within a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Then, boom, that's it. This happened.
All the information you need to know. Now watch these events.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tricky, because that was real. Yeah, that is weird. I've really liked it, though, still.
I didn't. It did not do anything for me.
Well,
would you rewatch?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
I'd be very hesitant to.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, sort of reassess it. Maybe I will.
Yeah. Mute it.
That's Angst.
Yeah. Well.
Do you want to? So,
shit.
Coming to yours in 2 weeks to film the next one. Do you want to talk about Spider-Man? I've already seen it and I've told you everything I think about it off the pod. But do you just want to keep it to Evil Dead? Should we do first half Evil Dead franchise?
I want to do an Evil Dead episode
where we don't even spin the wheel.
Yeah, I want to do an Evil Dead special, and then do a normal episode.
So should we spin the wheel, but the next one we record is Evil Dead special, and the time after that will be the next whale episode?
Yeah, but I think we could just do both.
We could do both?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
To spend the whole weekend with
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Should we spin the wheel?
What's the next new release?
Should we do Spider-Man? Because
I guess so, yeah. I wanted to do Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't think anything's coming... The next big release that I'm... Shorts playing. The next big release I was really wanting to see was Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma.
Okay.
But that's not out till the 21st and we're recording before then.
Let's do Spider-Man.
Let me have a look if anything's coming out like on Friday. Spider-Man, Odyssey, Paw Patrol. No. The Ice Cream Man. Do you know anything about that?
I've seen the trailer a few times.
Apparently it's full of AI.
Really?
And the director's a massive Zionist.
Yeah.
So maybe not that one. Toy Story, Moana, Obsession, The Invite, Evil Dead Burn, Backrooms. I've seen everything.
Yeah, let's do Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I'll go see it in 4DX.
Nice.
Right.
Oh, wait. I'm wondering, is anything coming out on the 14th when I'm up visiting you? Because we could get... Do you want to go watch the Friday I Get to Yours? Do you want to go watch the end of Oak Street? And then we can record a pod on it immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that's good.
There we go.
Tell them I said yeah.
We can talk about Spider-Man, but I think it'll be less fun because I've already said everything I think about it to you while we were having dinner.
Yeah, but I can't really remember. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
No, I wasn't.
We can do both.
No, I was. Yeah, no, but
Because the end of Oak Street looks ass.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. No, that'll be funny. Right,
Okay.
you ready?
Spin the wheel. I'm going to watch through the monitor.
For a second.
I thought it was going to be Seven Samurai. No, it's going to be maybe the darkest one we've got on there.
So for a second, it got to Seven Samurai, and I thought, oh, it can't be ours. and then I was like, oh yes, it's gone to the next one. Oh, what's that? I wish it was Seven Samurai.
Do you know anything about this
Yeah,
film?
only because of this whole thing.
Do you know about the making of it? It sounds incredible.
They scratch in the film.
They scratch the film. Look at that.
Yeah, horrible.
Can you see?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awful.
I'm going to lose my job, mate.
Well, see you next time for End of Oak Street.
End of Oak Street. Begotten.
Bit of
Spider-Man. And a little Evil Dead special.
Yeah.
Evil Dead Burn, Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead, The Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, and Army of Darkness.
In depth, in detail. Thanks, guys.
It's going to be a 6-hour special. We're going to go through it frame by frame, every film, and just describe what's on the screen. There's a Deer's Head, it's moved slightly to the left.
Should we tier rank the Deadites?
You hate doing rankings, don't you?
Yeah, but I'd do that. That's funny.
Should we rank the Evil Dead films?
Yeah.
1 to 6.
I could do that. Yeah, I'd do that and discuss why. All right, guys. See you next time. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Subscribe.
God. When are we gonna get something nice?
I'm gonna go to Glasgow when we get a fucking baby film. What do you just put on there?
Baby Geniuses too.
Yeah, we've added loads on there. Put pause on the wheel to see what we've added.
Oh man.
Oh,
Begotten. It's gonna be nasty. Stay tuned. Bye.
See you later, everyone.
Stop recording.
Yeah, go on.
Bye.